This is Gemara in Kiddushin, Daf Lamed Zayin, and we pick it up on the bottom of Lamed Vav Amid Beis at the Mishnah. We began this Mishnah on the previous year, and we pick it up again from the Mishnah. Kol mitzvah shitluya ba'aretz. Any mitzvah which is tluya, which is dependent ba'aretz in Eretz Yisrael, ein noyheg is hel ba'aretz. Is only noyheg, is only performed in Eretz Yisrael. V'sheinoi tluya ba'aretz. But a mitzvah which is not dependent upon Eretz Yisrael, noheg es bein ba'aretz bein l'chutz la'aretz. Now, what exactly does it mean? A mitzvah which is dependent upon Eretz Yisrael. So Rashi right away anticipates that one is going to ask this question. Rashi doesn't answer the question as the Gemara is going to answer the question. But Rashi, being the good Rebbe, he calms us down and says, wait, don't worry. The Gemara will discuss what exactly it means, Tuluya or Einai Tuluya Ba'aretz. And with that, we turn over to Lamed Zayin Amud Aleph, and the Gemara says, all mitzvahs in Eretz Yisrael, dependent upon Eretz Yisrael, are only noyig in Eretz Yisrael. All mitzvahs which are dependent upon both Eretz Yisrael and Chutz La'aretz are noyig everywhere. But of course, as every rule needs a bunch of exceptions, Chutz, except for Min Ha'arla U'Klayim. Except for Arla and Kalayim. Arla and Kalayim, as Rashi and the Tab Rashi teaches us, that even though these are mitzvahs which are dependent upon Eretz Yisrael, Arla is Alach L'Mashmi Sinai, Kalayim is a Dirabanan that we're going to learn tomorrow. Arla being that the first fruits one cannot eat, Kalayim being forbidden mixtures, Shatnis. Those are noyig even in Chutz La'aretz. Says Rav Eliezer Omer, Af HaChadash. Even Chadash is as well noyig in Chutz La'aretz. Rashi says to eat before the Omer. And this is seemingly a Das Yachid of Rav Eliezer, but we'll just mention that it is more conclusive than not, that it should be noyig in Chutz La'aretz. Why many, if not most, are not to makbid on a Chadash is a discussion not for the moment. Says the Gemara, the Kasha that we began with, Mai Taluya, Ma She'enai Taluya. What does it mean? A mitzvah which is Talui, a mitzvah which is dependent upon Eretz Yisrael. Ilema suggests the Gemara, if you're going to tell me Taluya D'chsiv Ba'Biyah, V'She'enai Taluya D'chsiv Ba'Biyah. If Taluya Ba'aretz means, it says Biyah, it means it's totally in the Biyah, the coming to the land. As Rashi says, the Pasuk Savayu La'aretz Ki V'acha. Psukim that it says you have to come to Eretz Yisrael to be obligated in. Says Gemara, wait. V'arei Tfilin Upater Chamar T'seven Biyah. Tfilin, the mitzvah of Tfilin and the mitzvah of redeeming one's firstborn animal. It says the Biyah coming to the land. And yet, and we know that the lacha is that tefillin and petach hamar noig bin ba'aretz, bein b'chutz la'aretz. How? Everyone's wondering, how do you know? We're trying to figure out how you know. So where does the Gemara know that we know? So Rashi fills in the blanks, and Rashi says, tefillin we found in many places. B'Rabbanan Amaroi debavel demanchi tefillin. We know many sources that the Rabbanan put on tefillin and petach hamar. We know from a drasha. Omer Rav Yehuda hachi kamer. So it says, Rav Yehuda, you know what Tliya and Tliya means? I'll tell you. Kol mitzvah shi choyvas hagof. Any mitzvah which is dependent upon the gof, which is dependent upon the body, which is not dependent upon the land, einoi Tliya ba'aretz, einoi mutelis, is not dependent, as Rashi says, loyal akarka, not on land, loyal gidulav, and not on that which grows from the land, but rather on the person himself. For example, Shabbos, Tefillin, Avos Chavim, etc. Those type of mitzvahs are, says the Gemara, Noyagis bein ba'aretz bein l'chutz la'aretz. But that which is a choyvas karkang, that which is an obligation of the land, something which is dependent upon the land, shumais, maisers, chala, etc., leket, shicha, peah, those are einu nehages ella ba'aretz. So it differentiates the Gemara. You know what it means, Tluya ba'aretz or ina Tluya ba'aretz. Doesn't mean Tluya ba'aretz Yisrael. It means Tluya in land versus Tluya in Goft. Says the Gemara Minah, and immediately from where do we know this from? Teitanu Rabbanon. Eila Chukim, says the Pasuk. These are the laws. Ila midrashes, v'amishpatim ilu adinim. Asher tishra that you'll guard zu mishnah. La'asais to perform them zu ma'isa. Ba'aretz, you do it in the land. Yachol kol mitzvahs kulam le'yinagan ve'al maybe all mitzvahs are only for Eretz Yisrael. Ta'amalai mar kol ayamim. Asher tebchaim al adama. All days you live in the ground. If it says kol ayamim yachli yinagan bein ba'aretz in the chutz Ta'amalai mar ba'aretz. Achar sheriba hakasav umiyot. The pasuk included and excluded. Seyulaman mima shenemar shamar be'inyin. As we find often, once we have a riboy and a miyut, we have the Torah including and the Torah excluding. Says the Gemara, now we have to figure out which is which. Avoy tavadon is kol hamakayimos asher avdu sham v'goymer. Ma avoy deskel chavim, we learn out from there miyuchedes. The Torah spells out avoy chavim. So what is unique, what is special about idol worship in the general category that it falls? It is shichayvas hagof. It's something on the person, and yet v'nohegis bein ba'aretz bein l'chutz haaretz. Av kol shichayvas hagof. Nohegis bein ba'aretz bein l'chutz haaretz, and that is makar number one. That is teretz number one. So what does the Mishnah mean? Tluya nina. Tluya means karka versus chayvas hagof. What is the source? As we see in the pasuk that avodas chavim is something which is totally in the guf, the person, and is doing both in Eretz Yisrael and in chutz haaretz. Now that we've learned the rule itself, Tuluya, Einoi Tuluya, is karka versus personal body, guf. Now we have to get into the exclusions. Continues the Gemara, smack in the middle of the Amud at the two dots, Chutz mina arla v'haklayim. This is except for arla and klayim, which breaks the rules, as we saw, that even though those are karka bound mitzvahs, still they're nayeg even in chutz haaretz. Asks the Gemara, Yibayiluhu, Rav Elazar lekula palig oy lechumra palig. Rav Elazar added on at the end of the Mishnah, even chadash, says the Gemara, even which way? Lechumra palig. Does Rav Elazar argue lechumra, and explains the Gemara, V'achi kamar, Tanikama. The Tanikama is saying, chutz min ha'arla min ha'klayim, that what? The hilchas ha'gemira loha, that we have halacha l'moisha misinai. That afal gav the ikal meimah chayvas karkangi. You could think that arla and klayim are land-bound mitzvahs, but aval chadash baritzin b'chutz haaretz lai. That's only by arla and klayim. But the Tanakama holds that chadash is only in Eretz Yisrael. My taima Moshe lachar Yerusha. The yeshiva mashma, it says Moshe, that's only after we settle and we apportion the land. And on that, ve'asa Rav Elazar lemeimar, av chadash, that what? Noig bein ba'aretz bein l'chutz haaretz. My time, where Rav Elazar get that in from? Moshe v'chol makav shat yeshin. So one way of learning Rav Elazar is that he's coming to be machmir. Tanakama held that chadash is only in Eretz Yisrael, and Rav Elazar says no, chadash is even in chutz haaretz. Or perhaps suggest the Gemara lekula palik. Maybe Rav Elazar is teaching us a leniency. V'achikamer Tanikam, excuse me. Chutz min arla v'aklayim, that what? The hilchas gemiri lam. It's a lach l'moshe misina, that even though it's based in the land, it applies everywhere. And v'kol shekein chadash. And the Tanakama only articulates arla and klayim because those are the Kiddushin. Those are where we need a halach l'moshe Sinai. But certainly chadash. Why certainly? Because by chadash it says the ma'ishav, which the Tanakama would hold the ma'ita kol makav shata yoshim mashma. And on that, no, av chadash, the what opposite? Chadash ain't noig el ba'aretz. Chadash is only Eretz Yisrael. Why? The Moshe Lachirusha Yeshiva Mashma. So my af, and according to this way, what would the af mean? Akamaisa. Going back to the first part of the Mishnah. So asks the Gemara, what is the sheet of Rav Elazar with regard to Chadash? Is he coming to be machmer and saying Chadash is noig everywhere? Or is he coming to be mekel and saying that Chadash is only in Eretz Yisrael? And a sidebar that we're seeing from this Gemara is as well, is what does the Tanakama hold about Chadash? According to the simple way, or the way that we read the Mishnah first, Tanakama held Chadash is only in Eretz Yisrael. And as we pointed out when we read the Mishnah, it sounds like Rav Elazar would be the Makim to Chumrah, even in Chutz haaretz. But now that we're seeing in the Gemara is that maybe exactly the opposite. Maybe even the Tanakama holds Chodesh is in Chutz La'aretz. And Rav Elazar is the one that's being Mekel. So says the Gemara, Tashema, 12 lines in the bottom, the first line is Tashema. Whom is he that argues on Rav Elazar? Who is the Tanakama? By knowing the Tanakama, we'll figure out Rav Elazar. Says Abaye Rav Yishmaeli. Titania, we learned in a Braisa, Lila Mercha. Shekel Makom Shenemar Boy Moishav Inu Alachu Shav Yeshiva Divrei Rav Yishmael. So Rav Yishmael's holding it's only in Eretz Yisrael Chadash. Omar lo Rav Akiva, and on that response Rav Akiva to Rav Yishmael Arishavas and Emar Boy Moishavos. V'neheg Shabbos never by Shabbos. Excuse me, by Shabbos says Moishavos and Shabbos is noig. Of course, maybe ours in the Chotzarts. Omar le Rav Yishmael responds, don't ask from Shabbos. Shabbos kal v'chaymer asya. Shabbos we learn out from. Excuse me. Shabbos we learn out from a kal v'chaymer, says Rabbi Yishmael. One more time. Shabbos kal v'chaymer asya. That what? Ma mitzvahs kalois. We have lighter mitzvahs, which are what? No heges, bein ba'aretz, bein b'chosarts. Shabbos, which is chamira, like kol shekein. Midam, Abaye Mantanas approves the Gemara from the fact that Abaye said, Mantana devol galei derishma kil Lazar. Who is the one that argues on Rav Elazar? And Abaye said, it's from Rabbi Yishmael. Shema Minos, what do we see? We see that according to the Tanakama, which is Rabbi Yishmael, Chadash is not noyeg in Chutz La'aretz. Shema Minos, Rav Elazar l'chomra palik Shema Minos. So we see that Rav Elazar is indeed coming to be Machmir. Rav Elazar is coming along and teaching us that Chadash is noyeg even in Chutz La'aretz, not like Tanakama, not like Rabbi Yishmael. Says the Gemara, 1 second. Mechti, let's see, last line. Rabbi Yishmael, what din is Rabbi Yishmael going on? Anisachim binis anisachim. Rabbi Yishmael is going on the din of nisachim. Says the Gemara, binisachim. As we turn over to Lamed Zayin and Beis, by nisachim bi'a'u Moshe v'ksibu. It says both coming and dwelling. So let's look at the top Rashi. The Tab Rashi explains that the by Nisachim it says Biyam Umayshav says Rashi Vechiyal Minei Moishav Loibiyah. So ask the Gemara by Nisachim it says both. So I could learn out just Moishav. Maybe the din of Chadash is different because it only says Moishav. So I could learn it out from Nisachim which says Biyah coming and Moishav. Hochi Kamer. Lelamich kol makom shenemar, back into the Gemara, Biyah u'Moishav einoi elo la'achar Yerusha v'yeshiva di Rabbi Yishmael. It's only after Yerusha and Yeshiva. Iachi asked the Gemara, Amr Rabbi Kiva Arei Shabbos shenemar b'Moishavos. Rabbi Kiva asked on Rabbi Yishmael, what about Shabbos? V'amar lein, how did Rabbi Yishmael respond? Shabbos kal v'chaymer, he wait. Why does Rabbi Yishmael have to come along and say it's a kal v'chaymer? Name ale'ana bi'omayshav kamina. Rabbi Yishmael could have said, Rabbi Kiva, what's your kasha b'chlal? You're asking from Shabbos? No, it's only if it says Moishav and Biyah and coming. Says Mar, you're right. Rabbi Kiva could have said that. Chad avoid kamer lechad, the number one, then I'll be Moishav kamina. Void kamer Shabbos and Moishav Shabbos kal v'chaymer. So says the Gemara. Okay, so we've proven that Rav Elazar the Mishnah is arguing on Rav Elazar is arguing Rabbi Yishmael. We've proved that Rav Elazar is l'chomra. So now says the Gemara, what exactly is the machlokes of my kamif legi? But we're not asking on the machlokes Rav Elazar and Rabbi Yishmael. We're asking the machlokes Rabbi Kiva and Rabbi Yishmael with regard to whether I have to say Biyah Moishav to be obligated only in Eretz Yisrael. 10 lines down, first line is my kamifliki. Bekirvay nechasim ba'midbar kamifliki. You know what the machlokes really stands from, says the Gemara? The bringing of karbanos of nesachim, of libations, in the midbar. Rabbi Yishmael, savar like kirvan nesachim ba'midbar, didn't exist. Rabbi Kiva savar kirvan nesachim ba'midbar. How does that explain what we're trying to say. Says Rashi, Rav Yishmael suffered like Kivin Chasim by Midbar, Afgav the Chsiv by the Miluim, Zasher Tasal Mizbeach, Chsiv by Chasim by the Miluim by the inauguration of the Mishkan. It says that there were Nechasim by Elas Tamid by Carbon Sibur Hu Dahavei. Rav Yishmael says no, it's only by Carbon Sibur, but Yechidim were never Nischayev in Nisachim, only for the time they got into Eretz Yisrael and onward. Whereas Rav Akiva disagrees, and Rav Akiva says there is the Sachim even for a Yachid in the Midbar, and therefore we wouldn't need a pasuk because we already knew the dinim, and that's where Rav Akiva is going to argue on Rabbi Yishmael. Amar Abaye, first line is Abaye, 13 lines down. Hi, Tanat Yishmael, Mabik, Me'edach Tanat Yishmael. Says Abaye, this Tanat Yishmael, we can learn out from a different din of Tanat Vei Rabbi Yishmael. Ditani Midach Tanat Vei Yishmael. Ditani Vei Yishmael. Hoyel v'nemar bi'ois ba'Torah stam. It says many comings in the Torah generically stam. Upar lecha kasav echavayim. And the Torah one time singles out la'achar Yerusha v'yeshiva, that the bia, that the coming is only after they apportion and settle in the land. Avkol la'achar Yerusha v'yeshiva. All of them have to be at that point of life. Ve'edach, and those that argue, Misham Navi Melech Ubikurim, Shnei Ksivam Bain Kechad, V'chol Shnei Ksivam Bain Kechad, Ein Malam, then everyone will be able to learn out from Bikurim. Ve'edach explains the Gemara, Srichi explains the Gemara. Ve'edach, and the other man Damar says we need both Sukkim, therefore it's not Shnei Ksivam Bain Kechad. Tikos Rachman Melech, V'lo Kaza Bikurim. What would I have thought? Heard it's all the din about a king. Avamina bikurim, the kam is hani la'alter. Bikurim, you get benefit right away, and therefore that's why it's not listed, because of bikurim, lo because of melech. Hamina melech the dark lechavish la'alter. Vedach was other man der hold that holds that there is a shnei ksuvah bain kachod. Dech rachvan melech lo bayi bikurim. Why? V'na amina. U'ma melech the lekavish lacher rushav yeshiva. Bikurim lo koshkein, meaning the whole way that the melech takes ownership is only after rushav yeshiva. So bikurim seemingly will be the same thing. Vedach, what does other man der hold? Because of achi avamina midave achala. I would have thought, like the din of challah, kamash malan, that it does not, kamash malan, that we don't learn out from the din of challah. Says the Gemara, okay, so we started off today with mitzvahs nehegis b'Eretz Yisrael, mitzvahs ein nehegis. We explained the chiluk between his Italian karko or his Italian the guf. We segued into figuring out the difference between our law and kalayim, and we are Rav Elazar's din of Chodesh fitting. Now says the Gemara, V'hashta damer chayvis haguf neheges, bein ba'aretz, bein ba'chotz la'aretz. Now that we know that, what does it mean? Chayvis haguf versus chayvis karka, that chayvis haguf is noig everywhere. Moshe, because Achman Gabe Shabbos la'amali. Says Mer 1 second. Shabbos is what type of mitzvah? Shabbos is a personal chayvis haguf. So why does the Torah have to speak out? Ma'isha v'tavis, it applies to everywhere. Explains the Gemara, it's the parsha of Shabbos is written by the Yom Tovim, Tibai Kiddush. I would think that maybe Shabbos needs a sanctification, Ki Mayadais, like the Yom Tovim. Kamash Shalon, Ma'isha v'kaz Rachmana, Kamash Shalon. Therefore we have the din in the Torah of Ma'isha that it applies to without a Kiddush. Says the Gemara, Moshe the Kaddish Rachmana Gabe Chelev V'Dam Lamali. Why did the Torah have to speak on Moshe by Chelev and Dam, forbidden fats, forbidden bloods? Says the Gemara, Yitzro Sachet Chamina Hoil Bin Yanam the Karbanis Ksivi. Since it says Chelev and Dam within the parsha of Karbanis, I would have thought Bisman the Ika Karban Nisar Chelev V'Dam, Bisman the like a Karban Loi. Maybe nowadays there's no karbanis, there's no isser on the chelev and dam. Kamash malan, that it still applies. Says the Gemara, Moshe the Kaddish Rachmana Gabe Matzah Umar Lamali. Because now that we know that all these chayvus hagufim are applicable always, so why did the Torah have to spell out Moshav? Itzrich, says the Gemara, with this we conclude. Sagedai the Chamina oil the Kasev al Matzah Zumayrim Yachlo Yishida Matzah Zemar Bizman Deika Pesach in Bisman Daleka Pesach Loy, then maybe matzah is dependent upon Mar, only at a time there's a Korban Pesach. Kamash Malah, and then it's applicable everywhere. We'll stop over here. We'll pick up as the Gemara is going to continue asking what Sevilla by Tefillin and Petach Hamar, another entity that we began discussing today, Siyata Shemaya in the next Shir.